Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Maize n Brew video. Steven Osentoski here, and today we're going to be looking at every single meaningful snap of Joe Milton's career in the Maize n Blue for the Michigan Wolverines. Obviously named starter with Dylan McCaffrey looking to transfer. Milton's the guy. Let's get right into it. Let's break down every single snap that is meaningful for Joe Milton here. All right, looking at this first play, you got a little fake bubble screen counter. I don't know what you call that, but it doesn't work out. So looking at the play design for Michigan, what they were actually going for here, you got Milton immediately looking out this way. You're going to have a fake bubble screen here. These two guys are going to go out, fake like they're blocking. And that's all to get all the action on the second level coming this way. They're, if they're reading his eyes, they're going to react to this screen, and you essentially take out 5 guys with 3, right? Eyes plus 3 guys, get yourself an advantage up front here with where the action is actually going. You're going to have Ben Mason stutter before going this way. You're going to have a pull from Bredesen to the outside. Milton shortly thereafter to follow off tackle on the right side. So that's the play design. Doesn't work out that way. So let's just go forward and backwards here a little bit. And if you notice, Ben Mason doesn't really pick up anybody, but that doesn't really matter, right? Like, he's barreling in the line of scrimmage right now, but the real issue is twofold. The linebackers did not react at all to the fake from Milton. They immediately know where this is going. They're following the guard. The guard is their key, so you can see immediately when you have Bredesen coming across for this defensive end, both linebackers are in on this, and they eventually both get in on the play here. So that's issue number 1. Issue number 2 is that defensive end plays really well to Bredesen's block. So Bredesen right here is stonewalled. He can't get any movement on him. Defensive end supplants himself right there and puts Milton in a really tough spot. Ideally, Milton would have actually followed Ben Mason here, so he would have cut right off of inside here and possibly had something in this lane. Instead, he decides to cut outside, not following his block here. But regardless, you would still have these guys flowing to the outside. So this is more a good play by the defensive end than anyone else. So I can't really blame Milton here. But in general, follow your fullback, even though Ben Mason didn't really pick anyone up, and I still think these linebackers would make the play. But it's just a tough ask when a defensive end makes that good of a play. So it's kind of a tip your hat moment. But hard to blame Milton there. Another designed run here for Milton. This time it's also pretty bad looking at first, but then he improvises and picks up about 20 yards on a play that really shouldn't have been there. So let's take a look at what went wrong, what caused Milton to actually do this. Looking at the blocking scheme for Michigan, what they're actually looking to do. So you're going to have a kick-out block here for Bredesen on this defensive end. You're going to have a double team on the front side of the play here between McCune and John Runyon Jr. Ruiz is going to leave the nose to get backside linebacker here, and then you're going to have everyone else kind of going across. You're going to have Onwenu getting the nose guard here, Bushel Beatty picking up this defensive tackle, and then you're going to have whoever this is. I don't know who this is. Whatever, this guy picking up the defensive end. I don't know what Christian Turner is doing. He seemingly does nothing on this play, but you have the fake action here on the jet sweep, and that's supposed to get the linebackers out of place here. The issue is it doesn't actually work. So you're going to see this linebacker come straight through and blow everything up. So everyone else does a really good job. That's Gentry, what am I talking about? The other tight end is Gentry. So you see everyone else does a really good job with their assignment, right? So what this jet sweep is supposed to do is get the linebackers reacting that way. And what that would do, that would actually give Ruiz time to pick up 43. Instead, 43 notices his read, the guard pulling, and immediately shoots that gap. That's a gap that no one's accounting for, and that linebacker just shoots right through. You see right here, this linebacker is big trouble, and he gets there. He comes right through here, and that breaks everything else up. If you watch everyone else, all the other blocks are doing really well. Ruiz just doesn't have anybody because of the lack of reaction from that linebacker to give Ruiz the inside leverage. So everyone else is actually doing really well, and this play is really well drawn up. It's just another great play here from the defender. Milton obviously starts this way. The play is supposed to go right in between this, but he's caught up here, and then he has to cut backside. So it's a really good job Again, I don't know what Christian Turner is doing here. So Milton showing off his footwork here and shows really good adept running skills. But luckily, you do have Christian Turner kind of in no man's land, but he's able to kind of create this wall to block all of these guys. And then you have Perry, or not Perry. You have Ronnie Bell on the outside to help pick up blocks. Yeah, you got a lot of... Actually, you do have Perry out there, too. I don't know who 80 is. Anyway, you have multiple wide receivers here to block on the outside for Milton's first down. He picks up 20 yards. So it shows that athleticism he brings to the position. You know, he's not a burner, but he can for sure hurt your defense if you don't account for him. Late game against Rutgers here. You got Milton really doomed from the start on this play. Another designed run. I don't think this is an actual read based on the blocking, but regardless, 2 blocks to pay attention here. You got Schoonmaker already falling off his block in the defensive end. The critical one here, though, is Eubanks coming across the formation. He's supposed to get the outside here to provide Milton the edge so that he only has this linebacker and this safety to compete against on the outside. But let's pay attention here to what Eubanks does, which is a whole lot of nothing. So that's not great, Bob. So obviously I mentioned Schoonmaker. Schoonmaker doesn't do a great job either. You see he falls off that defensive end. 97 now has a pretty free path to Milton here. He doesn't actually make the play, but it probably makes Milton bubble out a little bit more than he would want. And I am flabbergasted. I don't think I've seen a play this bad from Eubanks. I don't know what he was doing here, but obviously number 20 actually makes the play here because Eubanks just kind of shadow boxes with him for a second. So not great. Nothing really Milton could do except eat the, get back to line of scrimmage. Another play here where Milton's just put in a really, really rough spot. He did have an opportunity here to throw it away. And that's something I definitely want to pay attention to because he needs to ensure that he is safer with the ball in this scenario in 2020. So this is back in 2018. So looking just real quick at the play design, it looks like a little fake to Wangler here. That's a name I haven't called out in a while. And then you have this sort of bubble action again. And I don't know if it was supposed to go to one of these slants. I assume it would because the bubble action is a little late after the play action here. But the main issue you'll see that I'll point out here is just a complete miss from Chuck Filiaga. So Nolan Ulizio, this is back in 2018, mind you, correctly sees that this guy is coming off the edge, right? So this is a guy that would be unaccounted for on Milton's front side. So Ulizio is correct on actually picking this up. Filiaga is late. 99 is barreling towards quarterback. And also you have Wangler who's coming to this side of the formation, and maybe he should have, chipped in on 99 as well. But this is more Chuck Filiaga's issue than anyone else's. So that immediately throws off this play. That puts Milton into a frenzy, and he's in scramble mode. Good job at initially, getting rid of that pressure and staying on his feet. My issue is, okay, he's looking to run. It looks pretty bottled up. I agree with him on what he's doing. He's in panic mode. But right now, throw it away. You're outside the pocket. You surely have a guy on this side of the field. Throw it away. You're definitely outside the tackle box. You're behind the line of scrimmage. You can throw it anywhere. And just get out of this play and not take a hit. Instead, he decides to try to make something happen, and that's just not smart football, right? He gets a hit, you lose 7-8 yards, and you can't afford that as a starting quarterback in 2020. So I'm hoping he improves upon that. He's seemingly come a long way in his maturity, so we'll see. So this looks like a read that Milton definitely misses. Again, this could be a designed quarterback run, but just looking at the play design, I don't think that's the case. You're going to have Jared Wangler here leading to the outside here. You're going to have Schoonmaker, I think, taking one-on-one. He is going to lose this battle. This defensive end is going to get some push into the backfield. But regardless, I think this Christian Turner is supposed to lead around the backside here where you have Wangler picking up anyone here where this wide receiver just goes out. The main read guy, the guy that is critical to read here, is right here. If he stays, then you hand it off. If he goes, then you have this lane up the middle behind Chuck Filiaga, who's coming to this backside linebacker. So overall, it's there to hand it off, right? The read guy in the middle here, he's definitely shuffling towards the outside, but if the handoff is right now, there's no way that this big boy is going to catch Christian Turner, right? Am I crazy? I just don't see him making the play there. I think Christian Turner's got enough wheels to bounce this around the outside. Again, losing the battle here on the outside, but you got Wangler leading the way here. You got enough room here that I think it's intriguing enough. Plus, with the minimal action from here, there's just not a big enough hole for Milton to get through here. So I think it's the wrong read to keep here. As a result, he keeps it, and that guy that he's reading makes the tackle. So I think that's a telltale sign that your read was probably incorrect, since he never even got to past the line of scrimmage there. So again, something that'll come with experience. Hopefully he's improved those reads over his time this offseason. Really bad mistake here from Milton. This is late in the game against Ohio State. I'm sure you remember the game. I was there. Woof. So looking at the routes here, it's only a three route option here for Milton. You're going to have kind of fades on the outside from these wide receivers, and then you're going to have this sort of deep crossing route that Milton's going to telegraph here. So it's play action, and you actually have really good protection. So moving on in this play, really good pocket for Milton to step up in. No pressure at all. Obviously, Michigan's in mass protection here, and actually Higdon was going out towards the top of your screen as an outlet here. But really, I don't see any reason that Milton should be throwing this ball. I mean, you got two guys there, obviously. It just isn't the right option. At the bottom of your screen here, you had one-on-one coverage here. So if your first read, this guy is not open, at least throw a 50-50 ball on the outside. This is just something that Milton forced all the way, and his read was there the whole time. So there's really no reason for him to throw that. That him locking in on his first read like this the whole way gave a ton of time for the safety to come over the top on help here. So again, those eyes just deceived Milton for whatever reason, and he didn't read that the safety would be able to come up and make that play. So again, this is something that youth and experience, progressing through his read, not telegraphing, would be something that's important. He might have actually peeked to the left here a little bit, if I'm seeing this right. He might be peeking to the left, but regardless, it's just not a good throw. Hopefully more reps will avoid this in the future, but yeah, it's not great. But again, this was 2 years ago, so he's come a long way. This play is just a giant oof. Nothing wrong that Milton did here, but just to point out the play, Milton actually does a good job with the timing here, but the play design here is to send one wide receiver deep, the other one on a crossing route, and to hold up this linebacker, okay? So going back in time here a little bit, let's look at the routes for Michigan. So you're sending this guy, Nico Collins, on a crossing route. And really what he wants to do is pick up this linebacker. This guy right here who's up at the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall back. You want him to get blocked right here. You're going to send the other guy, I think this is DPJ. Send him deep. Send him deep. Get this defensive back out of here. And the idea would be get this guy to follow this guy on his fade route. Get this guy to follow Nico Collins across the middle here. And this essentially takes out two guys, right? This route by Nico Collins, this block on this guy, this like pick route would essentially take out 2 for 1. You send McCune across the formation. This is play action to get everyone else reacting this way as well. And then you get McCune out here, throw out here as well. And then what do you got? You got this guy already going deep. You have 2 guys accounted for here on Nico Collins' crossing route. And then you got McCune running with momentum down the sideline here with a one-on-one block. So that's the idea. It's a clever play design. Ohio State is ready for it. Their game plan was impeccable. So the main issue is that the guy they needed to follow Nico Collins across the middle did not. He just sank into a zone here, right here. This guy does not follow like he's supposed to. He just sinks back. So he's able to see, hello, I'm McCune, I'm coming across. And then he just comes up and wallops him. So nothing to do with Milton. This is the play design. It's going to McCune all the way. Maybe if he's really advanced, he's able to see this guy just lurking there and then just take it and run. But again, I can't blame him for throwing that ball. It's more just a good play and good game plan from Ohio State there than anything else. So more of a bummer. Nothing Milton can do. All right, this is what I call a screw it throw, where it's late in the game, nothing matters. Throw it up for Nico Collins. He somehow comes down with it. I don't like this throw, but again, I was here at this game. I was probably feeling the same way that Milton was, so I can't really blame the guy for attempting this pass. I'm more concerned that Michigan had 8 plus 7, 8 blockers for 4 rushers, and somehow Milton still gets hit. But the routes here, you just have Nico Collins running deep, and then you had a little motion here out of DPJ, and he's running a simple out route. So again, I don't know what the plan here was, what the first read was for Milton was. He's obviously rolling out to the right. That's designed. But between Onwenu and Ruiz, they just don't really pick up 51 here. He gets a free shot at Milton. Not a free shot, but at least a shot at the end here. Milton just loads up and just hoists one. What is this? He's on the 35. And that throw is, that's like 70-yard throw on a rope. And Nico Collins somehow comes down with it. So, yeah, I'm just not happy that he gets hit here. That should be a better job from the offensive lineman there, 7 against 4. But again, it looks like DPJ at the bottom of your screen is triple covered here. You got 3 guys. So I can't really blame him. This is just kind of doomed from the start with the numbers that you have guarding him. So it's just kind of chalked from the start. So nothing really to say there. Cheeky little keep here for Milton for a touchdown. I think it's his first rushing touchdown as a Wolverine. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple play here for Michigan. You just block like you're handing off to True Wilson here. Everyone's down blocking here. Fake to True Wilson here. The main key is the outside here, number 8. He's looking inside. If he comes up too much, that gives enough room for Milton to the outside. Fortunately enough, he comes up initially, and it's a good time to pull from Milton. And at this point, he's won. He's got enough leverage to the outside. It's just pretty much one-on-one, a foot race here. You do have this guy coming over the top, but really it's between 8 and Milton. Milton's got his momentum going in the right direction. Number 8 doesn't. So Milton picks up his first rushing touchdown as a Wolverine. So it's a well-designed play and good execution from Milton. Good dive at the end to get in the end zone. Nothing really to analyze in this one. It's just a simple screen pass. It's got good velocity on the ball. 2 things about it I could see improving. Get it a little higher. Don't make DPJ squat down a little bit. And throw a little bit more to the right. So if it was a little more in front towards the line of scrimmage, it'd be a little better and a little higher. So ball placement could have been a little better, but good velocity on the ball. Nice catchable ball, and DPJ picks up first down. End of the game here in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl against Florida. Milton decides, hey, you know what? I'm just going to take this. He probably just didn't like what he saw on the screen pass. Thing I like most about this is actually the end of the play, where he's still getting in the face of these Florida players even after the loss. It takes a lot of guts to trash talk these guys, you know, when you're losing the game, but he's still bringing the fight, bringing the fire, and something I really like to see from Milton. He hasn't given up. He's getting every yard that he can. So again, you got DPJ coming back here like it's a screen pass, and I think that's originally where the play is supposed to go. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a designed run for Milton. He probably just looked down and was like, hey, you know what? We can probably go. Although, actually, now that I look at it, it looks like True Wilson is going out to block, so it could be a designed run for Milton. So who's to say? But he does a good job here. Again, you can see he has good vision, good instincts as a runner, picks up a first down here as well as defensive back gets a little lackadaisical. But again, thing I like at the end of the play here, he's not afraid to talk some trash here with these guys at the end of the play. So I kind of like that edge to him, and I'll actually skip forward here. I like this. I like it. Shows, you know, he's not just giving up. He's not going to just take some shit from these guys, and that's what I want from a leader at the quarterback position. Really like this play design. A bummer that it doesn't work out, but was looking like a nice throw here for Milton. Looking at the routes, it's an interesting combination at the bottom of your screen here between these 3 guys. You're going to have a little sit route here from the tight end. You're going to have kind of this shallow out route, and then you're going to have a flag route here. So the main crux of this, and at the top of your screen, it doesn't really matter if you're going to have an out route and then like another, I think, just kind of sit route here. But these are the 3 guys to pay attention to. The main guy the eyes want to go to on for Milton is this safety, 31. So if 31, if he follows this, if he fades back here, that means that this flag route will be open. This guy only has inside leverage that'll leave, and he'll be preoccupied by Schoonmaker here. So that'll give this guy the priority. Otherwise, if 31 drops back, covering this flag route here, wrong color here. If he falls back for the flag route, that means this quick out route only has coverage from this linebacker. Again, outside leverage for the wide receiver. That's plenty of room to make this work. So that's where the eyes of Milton comes over here. He's looking at this sort of route combination, and one of those two guys will be your primary read after that. So let's just cycle through just to show you the routes and kind of what the behavior is. Again, the linebacker actually does a good job picking up this route from Eubanks. So out of the backfield, this linebacker, I'll point him out here real quick. This guy actually does a really good job jumping this route pretty quickly. So it probably would have been a completion because you see 31's hips opening up. He's falling back onto this flag route, so he'll have him covered. So it is the right read for Milton, and I think it still would have been a completion. That's not in like an interception zone there at all. So I think it would have been completed, but defensive linemen 94 and 90, frankly, get their hands up and make a good play on this pass. So bummer, but correct read here from Milton. Little jump pass screen here to Sainristil, and then he goes flying up and gets a first down. So again, nothing really to point out here. Main things that I'm looking for are timing, velocity, and ball position. On a screen, those are the three most important things. Timing, does he give enough time for his offensive lineman to release downfield? He definitely does that. Sainristil is ready for the ball, no one around him. Offensive linemen are now going out towards their second assignments there. Ball location, good. It's right on his numbers, right? So that gives an easy path for Sainristil. It's also towards the line of scrimmage. Ball is at the front shoulder of Sainristil, so he doesn't have to turn around. It's natural just to open his hips up and go down the field. And velocity. Velocity was good too. Not overly tough, not an overly hard ball, not overly soft, right? There was enough velocity to get it there quickly, and good ball positioning for Sainristil to have a lot of room in front of him after the pass there. So he does a good job picking up the first down. Everything you'd like to see from a screen pass from Milton is there. All right, 3rd and 15, so 3rd and long here. Some pressure, and Milton ducks out and gets about 8 on the scramble here. So I want to analyze his scramble here. So there's not a whole lot to judge in terms of routes because it seems like these are late developing routes. It's hard to tell exactly where they're going. All other routes are seemingly going away from the direction that Milton actually went. So given that this was an out that Milton saw, I'm okay with him going this way. Usually when we saw Patterson do that, he would extend the play, look for something down the field. If all the routes are really deep developing or going across, he would have to throw this ball across his body. And that's just not safe. It's not safe throwing from sideline to middle of the field in a scramble situation. So I'm okay with that decision. The thing that you could possibly say is he gave up maybe a little early. I would say this is not great pickup here, so he definitely had to step up aggressively. If maybe he tried going this way, he would have some room, have a little outlet pass, but it's understandable that his eyes come off from down the field given this pressure. It did seem like if he recognizes pressure right now, he should know that maybe he has an option right here, right? Like this is a quick option for him. He felt this pressure and panicked a little early. So maybe if he can step up quickly and deliver a nice dump off pass here across the middle, that would have been ideal. But again, given it's a tough blitz pickup from True Wilson, he really has to redirect hard. His eyes are now in I need to get out of here mode, and he doesn't see I think it was Nate Shanley. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But anyway, he's finding an escape route this way. So I can't really blame Milton. Maybe a more experienced quarterback would have found him across the middle. But regardless, it's a good job picking up 7-8 yards. But hard to blame Milton there on that one. Another scramble situation for Milton here. He's got pressure off the right side, steps up, extends to the sideline for no gain there. So thing I really like about this, again, this was a case where you have a blitz, so tough pickup here for Haskins on the right side. You got this guy coming off the edge, screaming off the edge that Haskins has to pick up. Or maybe this is Turner. I think it's Haskins. Anyway, So this guy's coming off the edge, and Milton has to deal with it, right? It's hard to tell what the wide receivers are doing. This is a bad angle. It's way too zoomed in, and you see these guys going down the field. If anything, they're just longer developing routes. That's all we can really say for those routes. Nothing too short that we can say. They do appear to be primarily going towards the right side. So the thing I like is that Milton recognizes the pressure and he steps up. So he's not escaping like to the left side. He's stepping up and then he's extending where he can. And the thing I like most about this is his eyes. So as soon as he like finds some daylight here, his eyes are downfield. He's still looking at options, right? He recognizes that this guy in the zone to hit, or like right in front of him, this guy is going to be a problem, and he's going to be coming up, but his eyes are still downfield. So he's escaped the pressure. He's seeing if anyone comes open, keeping his options open, extending the play, extend the play, extend the play, and then he takes what he can get. So maybe if you want to say just like throw it out of bounds, avoid the possible hit, that's fine. But he also just forces that linebacker to make a play. Who's to say if that linebacker takes a bad angle, you can get it maybe a yard or two. So I'm not against Milton's play here. Thing I take away most from this is his ability to step up and keeps his eyes downfield. That shows his ability to extend a play beyond the initial read. So I like what I see there from Milton. Another one where there's a little bit of pressure. Milton ducks out really quick, decides to run. I think this one's the case where he decides to run a bit quick. Again, Wisconsin is bringing 6 here, so there is like the pocket is still there. It's maybe collapsing a little bit, you could say. But there's enough room for Milton to step up a little bit and wait for something to develop. Instead, he likes this open field that he sees here. And again, I can't judge what's happening downfield since this whatever the cameraman, whatever the director, whatever you call the film crew decides to not show routes. So there is some open field here, and Milton sees that as attractive. He does pick up 6 yards here, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So he decides to just take what he can get here. He gets 6 yards. That's not a bad thing at all. But I could see someone wanting him to just step up in the pocket a little bit more, let the routes develop. That's a fair criticism on this play. Scary, scary play here on a tunnel screen going to Sainristil, or that's Giles Jackson. But anyway, the play design is Jackson's going to go up a little bit, come back inside, and obviously the lineman will come out here and block after the initial second that they wait. Issue here is Wisconsin's bringing the house. So they're bringing a bunch of pressure here. That really speeds up this play more than Milton would want. He has to back up a lot more, and it just kind of blows things up. This is the case where I would like to see Milton throw the ball away. So it's really scary with all this pressure. You got multiple guys around the ball here. As soon as you see this guy, again, this guy I can't blame Milton for not really seeing, and also this probably should have been picked up. Again, these guys were late. This play is a little bit sped up because of the blitz. But with this guy here, you might just want him to turf it, where throwing over these bodies is a little sketchy. And it was broken up and ball was batted around a little bit, but overall I think it's more just a scary situation. I can't really blame Milton here. It's a good play call from Wisconsin. It's fortunate that they called a blitz at the right time here, where timing's really important on this tunnel screen, so it throws that off. But yeah, I think in that situation, as soon as you see pressure like this coming right in his face here, that's a little scary. So you want to like turf that. Just throw it at the feet. Throw it at the feet of your lineman right here, and then you're okay. But I think that comes with experience as well. So we'll have to wait and see if he's grown in that regard. A rough interception here on 4th and 4. Throw that I think Milton just telegraphed the whole way, and obviously it didn't work out for him. So looking at the route combination here, going to have a short little crossing route right at the sticks for Nico Collins. Can't tell. I think the streak black on the outside. Can't really tell what he does. Going to have an outside release kind of flag route here, or post route here from tight end. This is where the pick eventually happens. And then you're going to have I think there's just an in route here from Sainristil. So the main issue here is that the eyes for Milton are clearly over the middle on this safety that eventually makes the pick. and he just telegraphs it the whole way. So he has really good pass protection here, no issue. I think the throw that should have went is right here to Nico Collins. Again, there's no one in front of him. I think you can pretty safely assume Nico Collins will come down with it. There was a defender over here that might be able to contest it, but I think this is enough open space with a bullet that Milton has to thread that one in there. So I think he was just looking beyond this defender. He was only looking at the one-on-one coverage. Didn't see this guy underneath this route, so obviously that's an issue. Everyone else does seem covered, so it seemed like Nico Collins was the best route here. Again, something that working through progressions is something Milton probably has improved upon since this game, but this one was bad. Just didn't see this guy underneath. He should have at least checked Nico Collins there right at the sticks and probably would have been a first down. Unfortunate. So this one's pretty hard to judge because it seems like this is the second read for Milton across the middle. It seems like his eyes are going towards the bottom of your screen here. We can't really tell what the routes are, but he's looking at a safety, it seems like right here, to try to see this action for this route combo. And then you have Tariq Black coming across here. The thing I do like about this play is that when he comes off of that and now he's looking down towards the linebacker level for this crossing route, he recognizes that he's too late. Now, if he threw that ball right now, this could be a catchable ball, right? There's too much traffic here for any of these guys to adequately react to this pass if it's on its way already. He's too late. Since he's throwing it now, I can't tell if he did this on purpose, but it's the right move to throw low. If he throws up, then Tariq Black's just going to absolutely get lit up. Throwing at least at his feet, they still get a shot on Tariq Black, but nothing like if he would have caught and turned upfield, he would have gotten obliterated. So I think his timing of coming off that, whatever the first read was, could have been quicker to realizing, okay, I need to throw now. Right after my first read, I need to throw now. Ball needs out. But he doesn't do that, so waiting that extra beat made that not a viable option, gives the defense to react. Good protection overall, so that's not a factor. So just speeding up his progressions, I think, would have made this a 3 to 4 yard pickup. This is a throw that I can't believe it's caught just because it's like really hard to track with how fast Milton throws this in here. So the route is just a simple angle route out of DPJ's, cutting out here, getting inside leverage on this guy covering him, and the ball is thrown with good timing. But man, is it a rifle. I can't believe that DPJ actually caught this. So I think like if he's throwing it, I think he's throwing it at the right time. It's well timed with the cut from DPJ. There's enough separation there that this is a well timed throw, right? But I don't know if he needed that much heat on it. But I mean, it was caught, so I can't really fault him for that. Everyone else is covered, so this is the right destination for this ball here. Just really good catch from DPJ. I don't think at that velocity that ball is getting picked off. It's really tough to react to if you're a defender. But man, good job by DPJ and well-timed throw. More than anything else, it's in a good position, maybe a little in front of DPJ, but really well-timed. He starts throwing right as DPJ is getting out of his cut. So that's a really good job from Milton. God, what a rifle. All right, I said every snap, and I meant every snap, so nothing to break down here. It's just a QB sneak. He doesn't actually get in the end zone, but, I mean, I'm not going to draw on this one. It's just get shoved into the end zone. I don't think this one actually was called a touchdown, though. But hey, I said every snap. This is every snap. This is one of his snaps. So, no touchdown on this one, though. Very next play, now it's 4th and goal. Similar motion from Eric All. Fake the handoff. Yep, I got the ball. It's a touchdown. So, good fake here. Nothing really to break down here. Again, it's just everyone selling out. Everyone going this way. You fake this, fake the handoff. Milton decides, whoops, I'm keeping it. And defense is lost. In order to make this a play that works, number 9 had to not follow this and actually go to the outside. He obviously did not do that. He was all in. And number 9's like, uh-oh. And then you have one-on-one blocking on the outside. Good job blocking on the outside one-on-one. And that's just a touchdown. And Milton shows the ball to prove that, yes, sir, I do have the ball. Nice little play action here. You have Schumacher coming out. number 17 linebacker can't get there in time, and it's a nice pickup from Schumacher for sure. So it's well timed from Milton as well. So obviously, offensive line is selling this as a run here. And then you have Schumacher coming out this way. And then you have kind of a flag route here. And I think this is just a deep route here. So it's good recognition from Milton. This is the first read here. Reading this guy initially. What's he doing? If he's too far inside, that's going to give enough leverage for Schumacher with two blockers on the outside here to make it work. He correctly reads that. I like that he actually leaves a little bit of time for separation here. With this head of steam that Schumacher has, there's no real need to rush this, right? He's rolling out this way. This guy's only now getting his momentum this way, so there will be a bit of separation that can be put between Schumacher and this linebacker. That's a mismatch, and he does that. He waits an extra beat here, gets the pass to him, and the ball's a little bit behind him, so it's on like the back shoulder, so that slows Schumacher down just an eensy bit. But it's a catchable ball, right? Not a rifle. It's a catchable ball, and it does give, doesn't displace Schumacher enough to force him into like turning this way. He can still turn the natural way and head up the sideline, get some blocks here, and it's a huge pickup. So overall, nice job. Ball placement could have been a little bit better, but I like the timing. I like the read. Overall, it's a nice job by Milton getting him the ball in that scenario. All right, this is Milton's first career touchdown pass and Giles Jackson's first career touchdown as well. So nice connection here in the back of the end zone. Really good job overall. It was actually the only guy that came open. So looking specifically at the bottom of your screen here, you're going to have Giles Jackson running kind of it's kind of like a improvised flag route. I think I remember them talking that it wasn't actually planned this way, but he has outside leverage. This is the only guy deep. You're going to have a little sit route here on the outside, and this is going to occupy both of these defensive backs. So that's going to only leave one defender out here with an entire third on the outside for Milton to look at. On the top side here, you have enough defenders here to guard against this sort of crossing action between the running back and Sainristil. So nothing really comes open here as the play develops. You can see really good pass protection for Milton to step into his throw. He really throws an effortless ball. But yeah, looking at the top of your screen here, you can see everyone's pretty well covered. Nothing amongst these three. And again, you have two guys to account for here. So you're one-on-one deep with Giles Jackson, and Jackson route took him to the outside. So that's definitely a good call here. Plenty of space to operate in. I mean, the throw could have been a little bit more outside, but he had enough room to where the throw being a little bit behind him didn't hurt. And obviously, it's a good touchdown. So the thing I like most about this play, though, is that his initial read wasn't over to the left from what I can tell. It looks like he's looking off to the right here to watch this safety at the top of your screen. And then he comes off of him and looks over to Giles Jackson's side. He's looking for the home run here. So it's a good read. I like to see him go through his progression, which it appeared he did here, but also a good job with protection. He's got all day. He's able to step into his throw. He looks very comfortable in the pocket. And overall, it's a nice pitch and catch. So yeah, hoping to see more of that in 2020 for sure. All right, guys, that's all I got. That is every single snap of Joe Milton, either carrying the ball or throwing the ball as a Michigan Wolverine. Let me know your thoughts about him. I'm excited to see him at the helm in 2020. It's Milton season. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoy this sort of content. Obviously, there will be a lot of content coming throughout the season. I'm excited to get going on that, but let me know what you guys want to see coming up. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you can. Besides that, stay safe out there. And as always, go blue.